Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, it is so great to have you. I'm Antoinette, a New Zealander living in Germany. So I know that a lot of you have been asking for some cultural comparison related videos between New Zealand and Germany. And because I was able to spend a month in New Zealand, I have come back to Germany with a whole new, fresh perspective on each country. The thing is, I don't really prefer one country over the other. I adore both countries for different reasons. There are definitely certain things that Germany does much better than New Zealand, and vice versa. So in this video today, I thought I would focus on some of the things that I personally think New Zealand does better than Germany. So I will be sharing those with you really soon. But first, I would like to take a moment to thank Ana Luisa for partnering with me in this video today. I get a lot of questions about the jewellery that I wear in my videos, and I can say that most of it is from Ana Luisa. Ana Luisa is an ethical, sustainable jewellery line based in New York, and they produce the most beautiful, high-quality jewellery made from recycled materials, and they are 100% carbon neutral from their packaging to their products. Their jewellery starts at around 39 euros, which is just such wonderful value for the quality that you get. So I just want to share with you some of the Ana Luisa jewellery that I'm wearing in this video today. So this piece here, you may recognise it. It is an older Ana Luisa piece that I have, and I wear it all the time. I absolutely love it. It's called the Ina necklace, and I love how it looks on its own. I love how it looks stacked with other jewellery. So next up, I am wearing the Ash double earrings. Aren't these just absolutely beautiful? I love the square shaped hoop, and the second hoop here is sort of twisted and a little bit unexpected. So this gorgeous bracelet that I'm wearing today is the Aura bracelet. It was just one of those pieces that I instantly fell in love with as soon as I saw it on the website. So if you were interested in checking out Ana Luisa's beautiful sustainable jewellery, I'm going to leave a link for where you can do so in my description below. It is a personalised link, so if you click on that, Ana Luisa will know that I sent you there. I also have a discount code for you. If you use my discount code Antoinette10, you will receive 10% off all of Ana Luisa's jewellery, so make sure you check that out. Okay, so let's get into it in no particular order. One of the things that I think New Zealand does much better than Germany is customer service. More specifically, customer service and hospitality. New Zealand customer service is amazing, it's top notch, and German customer service, I'm sorry, but it's lacking. I actually went out for dinner with a couple of friends last week, and we went to a restaurant here in Germany. I was so looking forward to going out for dinner. I don't get to go out and eat at restaurants very often because I do have 3 children, and it's just really hard for me to get out, so this was a real treat for me. I have to say, the restaurant was beautiful, the food was excellent, it was just the customer service, it was lacking in my opinion. And coming from New Zealand, I really saw the contrast between the New Zealand customer service and the German customer service. It was really evident to me last week when I went out. When you go out to a restaurant, it's not just about the food, it's about the whole experience. And I felt like the waitress just kind of put in the minimal amount of effort possible to make us feel welcome. And I just didn't get a happy vibe from this waitress. She was just like doing her job, but she wasn't really putting in much more effort. In New Zealand, on the other hand, the waiters and the waitresses, they just go that extra mile to make sure you have the best dining experience possible. They're so friendly and warm. If you ask them any questions about the food or the restaurant, it doesn't matter how busy the restaurant is, they're only too happy to explain anything to you. It doesn't seem like an effort. In Germany, I sometimes get the feeling that the waiter or the waitress is just like a little bit annoyed. They're just kind of like, hurry up and order, I need to do my job. Also at that restaurant, we were waiting for what seemed like hours to get our plates cleared after we ate and to actually get the bill to be able to pay for our food. I was like waving, trying to like wave and get the attention of the waitress, and just nobody was paying attention. This was towards the end of the night, and the restaurant had basically cleared out and everybody had gone and left, and the waitresses were just kind of hanging out and talking, and they were just not paying any attention to us. I had to just get up and go over to the waitresses and say, excuse me, I'm just wondering if we can pay for our food. And they were like, oh okay, and they came over really slowly, like it took them ages to come over, and we ended up being able to pay for our food. But Honestly, it was not really the customer service that I was used to after just coming from New Zealand. Okay, so next up, something I think New Zealand does better than Germany is coffee. And this might be really surprising to some of you Germans watching this. Many people don't think of New Zealand as a coffee nation, but let me tell you, New Zealand does the best coffee. And I noticed this when I was back in New Zealand. My husband noticed this. New Zealand coffee is incredible, and I can't even tell you why. I don't know whether it's the coffee beans, the way the coffee's brewed, the milk they use, the technique of the barista. I cannot work it out. But coffee in New Zealand, it just tastes more intense. It just has this, I don't know, more intense taste, and it's better. It tastes better. I'm not saying that German coffee is bad, but New Zealand coffee is exceptional. I remember my husband going to a petrol station and getting a coffee on our drive from Auckland to Hawke's Bay, and he said to me, wow, this is the best coffee that I have had in years. And this was a coffee from a petrol station. So he totally agrees with me that New Zealand coffee is next level. And I wish I had more sort of evidence to back it up. You just have to go to New Zealand and you have to go to a cafe and try the coffee, and I'm sure you will agree with me. Okay, so something else I prefer about New Zealand is an aspect of the school system. I'm not saying the whole New Zealand school system is better than the German school system, but I much prefer how flexible and relaxed they are in New Zealand when it comes to getting time off. In Germany, they are so strict about letting kids have time off school. Basically, unless you are sick, you are not allowed any time off school under any circumstances. When I was back in New Zealand, my niece and my nephew, who are aged 14 and 16, they were able to have quite a few days off school, and that was because we were visiting. They had lots of family visiting from all over the world during that time, and their teachers understood that it was so important for them to be spending quality family time with their family members who are visiting from overseas, and they understood the importance of this, and they were just cool about letting my niece and nephew have some time off school. I think all up they probably had a week each off school, and it was no problem at all. In Germany, on the other hand, this just would never happen. So when we were booking our tickets to come to New Zealand, we had two options. One of the options was to save around 3,000 euros and book our tickets 2 days before the school holidays started, the summer holidays in Germany, or pay that extra 3,000 or whatever it was to book our tickets the day that the school holidays started, which was just a couple of days difference. And we decided that we were going to book our tickets a few days before the school holidays to save all of that money. So Rob rang up Amelia's school just to explain that she was going to be pulled out a couple of days before the holidays because we were traveling to New Zealand, and they were not happy. They did not want a bar of it. They were just like, nope, sorry, the rules are the rules and this is not allowed. Even under our circumstances, the fact that we would have had to pay thousands extra to travel a few days later, the fact that we hadn't seen our family for over 5 years, it didn't matter because the rules are the rules in Germany. The rules are the rules and you cannot break them, and they did not look at our, personal situation. It was just, you can't break the rules. And in the end, Rob basically said, we've already booked the tickets, what can we do? And they did reluctantly let us off at our own risk. So Amelia was allowed to go a few days before, but it was at our own risk and they were not happy about it. So we haven't gotten into any trouble yet, but it was a risk. And yeah, we had to be very careful at the airport to avoid police officers, and legally we weren't really allowed to go early, and so I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but we left 2 days before the school holiday started to go to New Zealand, and we saved ourselves around 3,000 euros. So that's what happened, And yeah, it just seemed so ridiculous. When I explained this to friends and family in New Zealand, they could not believe what they were hearing. They just couldn't believe that the school were not understanding and couldn't make exceptions for certain circumstances. School is also really important and education is really important in New Zealand, but they do make certain exceptions for individual situations. Okay, so another thing that I think is actually better in New Zealand is the quality of their regionally, locally grown and sourced food. Some of the local food in New Zealand, in particular the milk, the cheese, the eggs, the butter, some of the fruit and the vegetables I found were much higher quality to what I was used to in Germany. They may have been a little bit more expensive, but as far as quality, I just found the quality to be superior, and my husband also noticed this. I remember the first egg that I ate when I was back in New Zealand. I was just like, this is the best egg I have ever tasted. I don't know what it was, it just tasted fresher. The yolk was this bright, vibrant orange, and these were free-range eggs, and I will always buy free-range eggs in Germany, but they are just not the same. I don't know what is different, but they just, the eggs tasted just sort of richer and they just had more flavor. That's the only way I can explain. I'm not saying German eggs are bad, but New Zealand eggs are just so delicious, particularly the free range eggs. Another thing was the milk, and this is something I always notice when I go back to New Zealand. I just prefer the taste of the New Zealand milk. I think it tastes just creamier and fuller and just, I don't know what it is. New Zealand milk tastes better. Also, the apples. I've talked about this before. New Zealand apples, you cannot beat the taste of New Zealand apples. They are so crispy and sweet and juicy. In Germany, I have never tasted an apple that comes close to New Zealand apples. Yes, you can get New Zealand apples in Germany, but they don't taste the same because they're picked before they're ripe and they ripen on their way over to New Zealand, which is a very long journey, and they just don't taste the same. There's nothing like a fresh New Zealand apple. This is just something I noticed this time around visiting New Zealand. I just found certain foods were higher quality and just tasted better. Rob noticed it, my kids noticed it, and I'm not saying all New Zealand food is better than German food, but just certain products, and mostly the local sort of regional products, in my opinion. So anyway guys, I have come to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope that I haven't offended too many people, especially not my German subscribers. You guys know how much I love Germany. I love living here, and I am not saying that I like New Zealand better than Germany. I just like certain things about New Zealand better than Germany, and vice versa. So yeah, no country is perfect. I just wish I could take my favorite things from New Zealand and my favorite things from Germany and just roll them into one country. That would be amazing, but it's not possible. So just before I go, I just wanted to remind you that if you are interested in checking out Ana Luisa's beautiful sustainable jewelry, I will leave a link for where you can do so in my description below. I will also leave a discount code for you. If you use the discount code Antoinette10, you will receive 10% off your Ana Luisa order. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed my video, then don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I would love you to consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Feel free to connect with me on Instagram, and I will see you again really soon. Bye!